Welcome to the Chronicles, your weekly deep dive into the world of medicine, healing, and hope. Each episode, we shine a spotlight on a different disease, exploring its impact, unraveling its science, and sharing the powerful stories of those who battle it, treat it, and research it. From rare conditions to global health challenges, we bring you first-hand accounts from patients, doctors, and researchers and advocates who are transforming lives and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Whether it's a groundbreaking therapy, an inspiring recovery, or a fresh perspective on a misunderstood illness, the Cure Chronicles delivers the human side of healthcare, one disease at a time. Today's major disease spotlight focuses on an important but overlooked health threat, Leishmaniasis, a neglected tropical disease that continues to affect thousands in low-income countries around the world. Leishmaniasis is a parasitic disease caused by protozoa from the Leishmania species. It's transmitted to humans through the bites of infected female sandflies. This disease presents itself mainly in three forms: cutaneous, mucocutaneous, and visceral, also known as kala-azar. Where is Leishmaniasis most common? It's primarily found in South Asia, especially India, Bangladesh, and Nepal. It heavily impacts East Africa, especially Sudan and Ethiopia. It's widespread across South America in countries like Brazil, Colombia, and Peru, and it's seen in parts of the Middle East and Mediterranean basin. The most vulnerable populations include people living in rural and impoverished regions where sandflies thrive. Malnourished individuals are at a heightened risk. Refugees and immigrants moving through or settling in endemic areas also face increased danger. And people with weakened immune systems, especially those who are HIV positive, are particularly susceptible. Different species of Leishmania cause different forms of the disease, often depending on the region. Leishmania donovani causes visceral leishmaniasis in India and East Africa. Leishmania infatum is responsible for visceral cases in the Mediterranean. Cutaneous leishmaniasis is caused by species like Leishmania major, tropica, and mexicana, common in the Middle East, North America, and Latin America. And Leishmania brasiliensis leads to the more destructive mucocutaneous form found mostly in South America. Here's how the transmission happens. An infected sandfly bites a human or animal, ingesting the parasite. Inside the sandfly, the parasites change form into promatogotes. Later, when the sandfly bites another host, it injects these parasites into the skin. The parasites then invade the host's immune cells, specifically macrophages, and multiply, continuing the cycle. Let's break down the symptoms by form. Cutaneous leishmaniasis shows up as skin sores or ulcers, often painless but capable of leaving permanent scars. Mucocutaneous leishmaniasis affects the mucous membranes of the nose, mouth, and throat. It can cause severe tissue destruction and disfigurement. Visceral leishmaniasis or kala-azar is the most severe. It causes irregular fevers, weight loss, anemia, and massive enlargement of the spleen and liver. Without treatment, it can be fatal. Treatment varies depending on the type and severity. First-line treatments often include antimonials like sodium cipcocylate, Lipsonia, and Fraconic B is a go-to treatment, especially for visceral leishmaniasis. Miltefosine, an oral medication, has proven effective against several forms. Other drugs like paramycin and pentadiimine are also used depending on the species and geographic area. In cases of mucocutaneous disease, patients may also require wound care and sometimes reconstructive surgery. Prevention focuses mainly on reducing exposure to sandflies. Insecticide-treated bed nets and repellents are critical. Environmental control measures like spraying insecticides and clearing vegetation around homes can distractedly reduce sandfly populations. Wearing protective clothing and ensuring early diagnosis and treatment can help control outbreaks. Strong surveillance systems in endemic areas are essential for controlling the spread. Leishmaniasis remains a significant public health challenge. Each year, around 1 million new cases are reported, most of them cutaneous. Visceral leishmaniasis alone causes nearly between 20,000 and 30,000 deaths annually. The disease is deeply associated with poverty, malnutrition, and poor housing conditions. There's also a worrying overlap with the HIV epidemic, especially in East Africa and India. While treatments exist, they are not perfect. Drug resistance is a growing problem. There is a critical need for safer, affordable, and easily administered treatments, ideally oral options that don't require hospitalization. Right now, there is no effective vaccine, and access to diagnosis and treatment remains extremely limited, especially in rural areas. Leishmaniasis may not make headlines often, but its impact is devastating for those it affects. By raising awareness, supporting research, and improving public health infrastructure, we can help fight this neglected tropical disease and move closer to a healthier, more equitable world. Thanks for watching. If you're passionate about learning more and making a difference in the world of health, don't forget to check our podcast. Heal the World presents The Cure Chronicles, where we dive into real stories and deep insights about medical illness and disease, one condition at a time. Heal the World presents Med Talks, featuring real conversations with doctors, nurses, and medical professionals on the front lines of healthcare. You can find both shows on your favorite podcast platform. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join us as we heal the world one story at a time.